my goodness. I'm so glad you are here. I am just having the strangest tech moment, but still super glad to see you guys. Let's go live for Instagram. Welcome, Instagram. And I'm going to talk today about setting your intentions magically, which I think can be so useful. Now, the more you do magic, the better this works. The more you prepare to do magic well, the better these things work. But I have a simple one for setting your intentions for a new year that I think is wonderful. You're going to need something to write with, a piece of paper of some kind, a candle, and something you can scratch in to write in the candle. What you can use to write in that candle, you could pick a dip pen if you happen to have, I don't own one of those. I'll be honest about what I use. I very carefully use a really inexpensive steak knife from a set someone gave me a long time ago. I hold the blade by the back side, so I'm less likely to cut myself, and that's how I carve. But you could use a pencil if it's sharp enough and sturdy enough. You could use almost anything that has a point to it. Some people like to use needles. I find that's a little awkward for me, but whatever will work for your hands and your candle and won't bend or break, and you can actually carve in the candle is perfect. Word on the candle. This is one of those spells where you watch the candle burn down, and it's best if it all happens in one go for this spell. You can stretch it out, like put the candle out and relight it the next day, put the candle out, relight it the third day. That will work, but the spell is ideally done in one fell swoop. So just which one do you want to concentrate on? How good are you at meditating? I'm going to pick the little candle. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to pick a candle that I know will burn down relatively quickly. In fact, I have a set of meditation candles that are half this size at home, and that's what I would be using. This is just examples of what we have in the store. This is a chime candle or mini candle, and this is often referred to as a household candle. It'll fit in a taper candle holder that are usually taper candles are a little taller than this, but this is going to take a lot longer to burn down than this one. So I'm going to do this one. And as for the paper and the pen or pencil or marker or whatever you're going to write with, I'm going to pick the nicest paper I have and the nicest writing utensil I have. So if somebody gave me a fancy pen because I graduated high school, which yes, somebody actually did that when I was graduating high school, or if I have a calligraphy set, or if I have a favorite marker, anything that means something is good. And the reason for the fanciest paper, you want to elevate what you're doing. You want the symbolism of what you're working with to say, this is important, which can include buying some nice stationery. If that helps and that fits your budget, go for it. Buy some fancier paper, buy some parchment style paper, just something that makes it look a little official. Doesn't have to be the whole sheet of paper. You can cut it down to something that makes more sense for you. So cut it down to something decent sized. And what you're going to do with this stuff is you're going to write on the piece of paper what your intention is for the new year, what you're going to strive for, what you're going to work for. You're going to read it out loud to yourself, because there's a psychology to that. Read it out loud to yourself and handwrite. Don't type, handwrite. Again, there is something about the connection between writing something and the brain that's been studied, totally worth the effort. Don't care which penmanship looks like. Write down your intention for the new year. Carve a word that symbolizes your intention into the candle. And in fact, if there's more than one word, turn the candle and carve another word, and turn the candle and to your heart's content, carve this little beauty up. Set this in your candle holder. Light it on fire. Read that intention one more time and burn the paper. Put it in a small cauldron, an ashtray, something that can contain it, and let it completely burn up so that smoke goes upwards, out into the universe, and you set your intention. Why am I saying do this alone? Because unless you have a buddy that you know works for you for accountability, there is something about stating it out loud that can be self-defeating when it's said to somebody else. Don't say, oh, I'm going to do this thing. Somehow that seems to relieve some of us of the responsibility for having to do the thing. So it's magic. It's private. Keep it to yourself if you can. If you've got an accountability partner, great. Share it with them. But otherwise, quietly do your magic. It's not for clout. It's not for social gain. It's for personal gain. So keep it personal. So light that candle. Say the intention that second time. Burn that paper and watch the candle burn down while you concentrate on what your goal is. Repeat it again and again to yourself while the candle is burning. Set your intention as firmly and as strongly as possible with yourself, and wait until the candle burns all the way down before you stop, if you can. If it's hard to focus that long, again, you can space it out over several days, but recommended practice, see if you can hang all the way through until the candle burns out. Some people will do this at midnight on New Year's Eve. Others will do it when the moon is either full or nearly full. You're making that promise that you're going to grow into that. So doing it 5 days, say, before the full moon is not a bad idea. Also depends on what your wish is, because you can then layer a little numerology in there too. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Good luck with this spell if you choose to do it. Let me know how it goes for you. You will find references. If you can see the QR code on the screen, which is going to be right up in this corner, you will find other books on spells and how to do magic on our website, magusbooks.com. And of course, feel free to stop in and visit us here at the shop in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And in the meantime, myself, the rest of the staff here at Magus Books and Herbs, really, we thank you for being your best magical you and doing those little magical things that you do so well, including the tiny ones you can do here. You know what they are. We will see you all soon. Blessed be, and have a happy New Year.